I want to get right to a story that is extraordinarily disturbing. It should be. And we have Tulsi Gabbard on in about an hour. Tulsi Gabbard has been targeted, and we know now because of a whistleblower. And what's crazy is this whistleblower is actually in trouble now with the TSA. They're going after the whistleblower. Instead of listening to the whistleblower and saying, whoa, wait a minute, that's out of control, the top of TSA is now going after the whistleblower. What happened to Tulsi Gabbard? She'll tell you about it, in case you don't know, in about an hour from now. I believe we have an update on that story as well. This is the latest about how Biden and Harris kept everything silent. Zoom call videos following the 2020 election cycle show Biden-Harris staffers reveal how they manipulated disinformation to hide then Democratic candidate Joe Biden's cognitive decline from voters. I want you to understand, they are asking you to trust your finances, your job, your children to people who have been manipulating and lying to you since 2020. Former Biden-Harris campaign digital director Rob Flaherty, now presumptive Democratic nominee Kamala Harris's deputy campaign manager. So this isn't a guy who's been discredited. He's just been exposed, and he's now the deputy campaign manager for Kamala Harris. They created a program, and it was revealed on this Skype call or this Zoom call that the Democratic National Committee, the DNC, created a program to detect, track, and have social media platforms flag misinformation narratives, including online discussions about Biden's mental fitness for public office. Eden Pure is having their famous buy one, get one deal on the Thunderstorm air purifiers. No matter how many thunderstorms you buy, you'll get an equal amount for free. There's nothing worse than having odors in your house. Have you ever walked into somebody's house and you're like, oh, wow, you either have a cat or a teenager. Thankfully, you can get rid of any bad smell now when you get the Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier. Whether it's odor from cooking, cigarettes, litter box, trash cans, or teenagers, it doesn't matter. Thunderstorm will knock it out. It starts working in seconds to clear a room of smells, and you don't ever have to replace a filter. And it doesn't cover the odors. It actually purifies the air. They've sold hundreds of thousands of Thunderstorm units so far, and they have thousands of 5-star reviews online. I want you to go right now to EdenPureDeals.com and use the discount code BECKBOGO. These videos showed a Zoom call that Flaherty had conducted with Hope, Not Hate. That is a UK-based activist group that its mission is to stop far-right extremism. So in this Zoom call, Matt Ophelia, who is an independent journalist, revealed that whatever they deemed to be misinformation, they could court it off. Flaherty said misinformation narratives include conversation online about corruption. Think of that. This is your federal government and your Democratic National Committee putting a program together. Hell, this is during the campaign. Imagine what they have now. Putting a program together to target you. If you said, I don't know, is he fit to run? Flaherty called the program one of the smartest things orchestrated by the Democratic Party. A news release from May 2021 said he had been announced as the DNC Counter Disinformation Program's lead analyst in recent months. Then Biden for President Director of Rapid Response, who later became the Biden administration's White House Deputy Director of Digital Strategy, took part in the call as well. And she said that there was a massive amount of disinformation relating to Biden's mental fortitude. She explained that people were making posts related to topics deemed disinformation, and they were targeted in real time based on their online behavioral cues, building out personas based on the kind of content that you were consuming and that you were searching for, and the kind of websites you were visiting. Do you understand what they are now been caught red-handed doing? They are monitoring every keystroke you make. If you say something out of line with what the state wants you to say, this is KGB stuff. If you speak out of line, then what happens? Well, DNC said, quote, "We targeted folks based on online behavioral cues. We built out the personas based on the content they were consuming and searching for, the kinds of websites they were visiting, so we could target those folks in real time as they were exposed to that." So if you went to glennbeck.com and you got a story, or the Blaze, and you got a story and you passed it, and it was anything the state disagreed with, which is pretty much everything that we have printed, you were targeted, and things were put into your feed. They took the helm of the program, and the reports were sent to the highest levels of the Biden campaign, according to Flaherty. The program is still listed on the DNC's official website. Durgan remains employed by the DNC going on 6 years now, according to his LinkedIn page. He previously worked a few months for data visualization, and he worked on Hillary Clinton's campaign. What a surprise. Now, in this call, the head guy said at least 200,000 votes that Biden received in 2020 were due to the program. The Democratic president won the states of Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin by less than that, all put together. They were touting how effective this system was. Quote, "The risk and the hit concern around mental acuity in particular went down by 8 points." You realize if you can sway something by 8 points, the power you have? Because they do. Now think of this. Remember how we were all told that it is a conspiracy theory that these videos about Joe Biden coming out, they were all just manipulation. Those were deep frauds. Do you remember that? It didn't say deep fakes. They were deep frauds. And as they're telling us that they have to police us for dis, and malinformation, they told us that he was fine, that he was top of his game. There wasn't a problem. And anybody who is saying that is engaging in disinformation. And we've got to do something about this disinformation. And then we all saw him. The entire world watched him during the debate. And within minutes, all of that was gone. Within minutes, they all said, "Yeah, boy, he's really bad." You know, I've been hearing that for a while. In fact, I didn't say anything. I saw him 6 months ago, and he was really bad. All of a sudden, it was okay to question his mental acuity. And so they did, to the point to where they operated a coup on him. Let me show you what this is going to mean. Let me just go over to Europe. In Europe, The Crown just posted, "Think before you post," and then the stop hand. Content that incites violence or hatred isn't just harmful, it can be illegal. The Crown Protective Services, online violence. It takes online violence seriously, and it will prosecute when the legal test is met. Remind those close to you to share responsibility or face the consequences. You can be arrested for posting online and prosecuted and put in jail, and they're doing it. Now, how bad does it have to get on the other side? Well, they saw somebody speaking out and they're like, you know what, we should go get this guy. Ricky Jones, he is on the Dartford Borough Council. He's a member of the Labour Party. He felt comfortable enough to go on stage and say, these people, meaning the far right, these people are disgusting, nasty fascists, and we need to cut all of their throats and get rid of all of them. He then slid his finger across his neck and then led Free, Free Palestine. But if you post anything, be careful, because the Crown will come and get you. All you have to do is just go along. I mean, don't you know Politico has done a hard-hitting piece? Tim Walz's camo cap is more important than you think. A Democratic vice presidential candidate, Tim Walz, is making casual wear a political boon. That's the reporting from Politico. Don't get sidetracked on all this. They are lying to you and have been lying to you for years. You have been made to feel alone. You have been made to feel like an idiot, extremist, a racist, sexist. You've been made to feel guilty about things. You've been called un-American. We've been called all of these names and more because we believe in the Bill of Rights and that men are men, women are women, and our children shouldn't be made into tools for politics. Drag queen story hours. No, that's beneficial to your kids. We've been told we are haters and book burners. Book burners, what comes to mind? Of course, Nazis. We have been told we are conspiracy theorists because we believe that there is a deep state, that it is out of control, that it is partnered with others in and out of the government, the revolving door between Silicon Valley and the CIA. It's obvious. Trying to influence your thoughts, your voice, your mind, trying to keep you quiet. We've been saying this for years, and they have lied to us over and over again. Do you feel manipulated yet? There is no DEI. There's no CRT. Oh, that's just a racist trope. Biden is fine. He's at the top of his game. These riots are mostly peaceful and grassroots. After all, it's only BLM Inc. We're not coming for your gas stove or your heater or your car. Afghanistan, now that withdrawal, that was a raging success. The Inflation Reduction Act, it's actually about inflation. It's not. The WEF, the Davos meetings, they're just fun ski trips. They don't have any power. They don't do anything. Gee, we really don't know how Trump was assassinated. This election is all about the government and the deep state. There is one guy who has been standing up and taking every single lie and hit because he is right. He is standing in the way to get to us. You want this kind of manipulation? You go ahead and vote for the DNC, and it will only get worse. It is so deeply entrenched in our government now. It's got to stop. And I see one way out. I don't like campaigning for people, and I'm not campaigning. I'm just telling you the truth. There is one guy, and it's Donald Trump. And this is your last chance, America.